Hello, everybody. My name's Matt, and we are.
Hopefully,
that's right, a positive place on the internet where we nerd out about all the geeky things we love. This week's geeky things, Hocus Pocus. We also got some new dates for some movies, but most of all, Stranger Things, Volume 4. That's right, spoiler talk. If this is your first time watching the Hopefully Awesome show, this is a weekly show me and Maggie do where we talk about all the fun pop culture funness stuff. We usually have a big topic of the show. It is available on podcast services. We also do a weekly Smallville rewatch podcast called Go Make Smallville, so be sure to check that out. But before we do anything, before we get into anything too much, Maggie, Maggie, how was your week?
How's my week?
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty good. Went up to my parents' house, and while Viv napped, I kind of went down memory lane with some of my stuff.
Oh, the old memory lane.
Yeah, apparently I have a lot of crap upstairs.
You know,
I've got to look through.
They paved memory lane and put up a parking lot.
Oh, Lord. Anyways, I found my Sailor Moon Barbie doll. I found my Daphne Barbie doll from Scooby-Doo movie.
Is this an officially licensed Barbie doll or just a Sailor Moon doll that looks like a Barbie
It's whatever brand they did their toy making through.
Oh, so it was like Barbie. No. Barbie X Sailor Moon.
No. Because Daphne is Barbie. Like Mattel made Daphne for the Scooby-Doo movie. I also found my Scary Spice doll.
Ooh.
And my Britney Spears doll.
I had one of those.
You Drive Me Crazy music video.
You drive me crazy.
Because I remember Mom saying, you can choose one.
Yeah.
And I was like, why does my cousin have 3? And she's like, just choose one.
What were the choices? Drive Me Crazy.
Drive Me Crazy, Baby Hit Me One More Time, and I think...
It's Hit Me Baby One More Time.
I'm sorry.
Jeez.
And I'm wanting to say...
Oops.
Yes.
Did
Oops, I
it
did
again.
Yeah.
Seems kind of weird that they would sell the Hit Me Baby One More Time doll.
I'm pretty certain. I
just wonder how many dudes went and got that. You know, I mean, I'm just asking. I'm just wondering, you know?
I mean, I remember being in 4th grade in the talent show that year. There was a girl. They're like, yeah, she's gonna lip sync and dance to Britney Spears. I'm like, who's Britney Spears? You know,
Jamie Lynn's sister.
And they're like, yeah, in the music video, she dances in only a sports bra. And I was like, huh?
What's a sports bra?
I knew what a sports bra was. She just came out like with a shirt that was like tied and it showed her belly. I was like, wow, what's weird. Going on? Yeah, it was weird. Weird. Like even me as a 9-10-year-old, I was like, this is strange.
Yeah, Stranger Things.
This should have been a sound bite. Yeah. How was your week, Matt?
Oh, Maggie.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. It's fun. So, nothing. Just straightforward. Honestly, the thing we've been working on the most this week is this GD.
Oh, God.
Fortnite Fall Guys crap. And like, not just that.
But also there's other things tied to Fortnite that we've been working on. Also, Fortnite makes a big deal out of their summer season.
Yes.
Which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Makes you want to come back and play more. That's different than other seasons.
Yeah.
But holy shnikes, man. I feel like that's all we've been doing.
Yeah. And like, I mean, you know, here we are complaining about the amount of stuff. It's like we could just not play, you know? Like, that's the thing. Yeah. But you get free things. And it's like, you know, and get this free snake glider from Naruto that I've never heard of before.
I don't have to spend money on it.
I only have to grind for like 75 hours to do it, you know?
And bot lobbies.
We don't want to talk about that. But yeah, and then there's the Fall Guys crossover, and it's like, man, you know, it's fun. Don't get me wrong, it's fun. It's just, trying to. Time is a fickle beast,
You'd be like, let's just stay. Let's stay on here for about an hour and a half tops.
Yeah.
4 hours goes by, and you're like, why is it 2 a.m.?
It's 2 hours here, and I must be alone there.
But we are proud to say that we got our Fall Guys stuff done, the 100 rounds, and we got our man cake outfit.
Yes, we did.
On Fortnite.
We got our snake glider.
And we got the snake glider, by God.
Just got a couple more summer quests to do, and bingo, bingo, bungo. It's done. I'm so tired.
We watched The Sandlot. Tired. We watched Dirty Dancing.
Listen, Maggie. You gotta go in order, okay?
I'm sorry. Well,
we kicked off our 4th of July weekend.
iPad hog.
We kicked off our 4th of July weekend, of course, with the finale of Stranger Things Volume 4.
Come on.
Or Stranger Things 4 Volume 2. Finished that up on Friday night, marathoned it. Then Saturday, I forget. Let's see. We went to the store. I think we played
Saturday.
I think we played some Fortnite.
Yes.
And then hung out with some family, did some stuff.
Watch fireworks.
Yeah, that was fun. That was good stuff. And then yesterday we kicked off the morning with some. The night we met, I knew
I feel like I can't talk into this because it's shaking. Interesting fact. I had never watched Dirty Dancing in its entirety all of my life.
Boom.
I've only caught clips from shows that cover, the most memorable moments from movies and the reason why I probably never have is because 1, I didn't know the actual story of it. 2, time of my life played I don't know how many times at my senior prom.
That was the theme, right?
The juniors voted.
She's salty.
Yes, I am. I am.
It's okay, man. Hey, you know what the theme of my senior prom was?
God save us.
I don't know. It's probably something like Acts 2 or something. I mean, who knows? We didn't have a prom. We had steak. It wasn't even.
Y'all had steak?
Nah, I mean they said it was, but it's just
country fried steak.
Man, we don't even talk about it.
Okay.
It just wasn't.
It wasn't great.
It wasn't ideal.
Okay.
No dancing. We're basically the town from Footloose.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Dude, first time I danced was at our wedding.
No, was it?
Yeah, we won't tell that.
No.
What?
Y'all didn't get to dance at your prom?
No.
Not even just one slow dance?
No.
Not even the electric slide?
They maybe would have let us do the hokey pokey, but...
That is such bullcrap.
Hey, you know what? You're not wrong. So,
oh my God.
Your prom's theme was Time of Your Life?
Yeah. It played a lot, and I was mad about it because, a lot of people said, "I love Dirty Dancing." I was like, "Why do you love Dirty Dancing?
Dirty Dancing sucks.
Stupid movie,
Yeah. What'd she carry those watermelons for?
But now my 33-year-old self has finally watched it in its entirety from beginning to end.
Guess what, everybody?
I love it.
It's really good.
It's really good because if you know, after Patrick Swayze passed away, all these stories came out about him, about how good of a guy he was and everything.
The Sways.
Yeah, and just seeing him in that role, I was like, man,
it's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah.
And I had something to say, and then I completely lost it. It's one of those good movies. It's more relevant. That's what I was going to say.
More relevant
I was
now.
searching through my brain. It's sadly more relevant now.
Sadly, it is. Yeah.
It's really good, though. It feels good, You got some good music, some good jams in it, Newman's running around.
Yeah, that was weird. And the characters, none of them do, the main characters, none of them do anything bad. you know?
Yeah.
Like, they want to be good people, and they strive to be good people.
Yeah. Highly recommended.
Yes.
In case nobody's ever said it before, go watch Dirty Dancing. And then this morning, which I'll circle back to last night, but this morning, kind of playing off of that, we also watched The Sandlot. I don't know if I'm just in a kick of like nostalgia, like not just like when I was a kid, but like just simpler times. Because like we watched like the first episode of The Wonder Years a week ago. And,
Yeah.
you know, like, and I mean that's probably
what's gotten you in that mindset.
Yeah.
But Sandlot was fun.
It was fun.
It had been a long time since I've watched it.
Yeah,
Some things are coming back to me, especially the pool scene.
Yeah, God, Jesus.
God.
Yeah. I mean that ending.
Yeah, the ending is the best.
Yeah, I love
it. It's
it.
one of the best. I really want to watch Little Giants now. I'll just be honest.
We'll do it.
I really like
This
today.
is what's on the docket.
That's where my brain's at. I want to watch it today.
Let's watch it. This is what we'll do. Ready? Little Giants.
Okay.
Blank check.
Oh God.
Man of the house.
All right.
First kid.
Wait.
The big green.
Wait, Man of the House. I thought you never want to watch Man of the House.
Why? No, I love Man of the House.
Oh, I'm getting confused with Jungle to Jungle. My bad.
No,
That's
yeah, I'm
That's
not.
My bad. That's my bad.
How dare you bring up Jungle to Jungle in this podcast in our home? How dare you? No, honestly, I don't have much beef with Jungle to Jungle. The beef I do have is with the Santa Claus 3, where they're like from the comedic duo that brought you Jungle to Jungle. Here's the Santa Claus 3. I'm sorry. Did you say that I'm crispy and delicious?
They don't even say
I
that.
know. It's better.
I like how you make Martin Short's line mean something entirely different.
Oh my God. And like that movie, God, the Santa Claus 3, great setup. You know, we're going back in time. And like we're pulling a Back to the Future Part 2, okay? Where we're going back into the first film and we're gonna see it from like the side window, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we find out what happened to that Santa Claus and why he died and stuff. Maybe, you know? No, that all ends in mere seconds. It happens and then they're like, and we're back.
Santa Claus TV show, they need to kill off Tim Allen.
Wow. I mean, it's got to be about him finding Santa Claus, right? I mean, surely
Has to be. Yeah, a lot of people are complaining that like the main elf
Barnaby?
Barnabas, something like that. Is it coming back?
Barabbas. It's Barabbas. It's
Everybody
Barabbas.
said that he's like 40 years old. I said, yeah. Then somebody said that the
Beans?
kid, yeah. Beans.
Wait, it wasn't Beans.
No, it wasn't Beans. No, that Beans is a different kid.
From the kid
with Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
They said, well, where's this kid at? I was like, he's 40 years old too.
I don't think fans understand how time works, to be honest. Wow. You know what they should do in this Santa Claus TV show?
Charlie killed.
They should not make it.
They shouldn't.
Should not make it.
No.
Hashtag not my Santa. Here's what you do instead. Satan Claus, right? But no, it's Mr. Satan from Dragon Ball.
Oh my God.
Ho, ho, ho!
I won't go to do this podcast without my headphones. That's why I jumped at the beginning of this.
Oh, hey. All right.
Hey, little elf.
And then last night, to finish off, we finally watched Everything Everywhere All at Once. Burying the lead here, this is one of my favorite movies of all time now.
It's amazing.
Like I'm gonna give it some solid time to really digest and make sure before I put it on my all-time favorites
that you're
list.
not high.
That I'm not king yet. Okay. But like it was perfect. It's like right now, best movie of the year. Easily. Okay? Easily the best movie of the year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can't imagine anything being good enough. Even I love Thor Ragnarok. Love and Thunder could be even better. But my God, Everything Everywhere All at Once is one of the most perfect films I've ever seen in my life.
Doggies.
It's like, I mean, it's made for everybody, but it like I got so much out of it. I love every second of it. I was like happy and sad and laughing and emotional and like great action scenes. I mean, it is literally everything, everywhere, all at once, Maggie. It rocked.
I did. You got something in your eye?
I do. Ugh. All right. So, yeah, I don't know. It could be on my top of the movie here. Something. Words.
Top of the morning to you.
No, I'm not going to do that. All right. So, anything else we want to talk about before we jump into the news? We got, man, it is a jam-packed. It's not. It's really not. All right. Anything else you want to say before we get into
No.
It's time for the news. God dang it, Maggie. In food news,
there's a bug in here.
this is our first time. I think this is our first time covering food news.
Food news.
Taco Bell is working on a Cheez-it tostada and crunch wrap.
It's huge.
It's going to be, I think they said 6 times larger than a standard size.
Yeah. I saw a picture of it. It's humongous.
It's like, so.
It's crazy.
It replaces the shell. Mm-hmm. So if you've ever had a tostada or a Mexican pizza from Taco Bell, this will replace the shell, but it's a giant Cheez-it.
To the people that do not know what that looks like, it looks like a giant round tortilla chip.
Imagine if you had a taco shell. And it was
not folded.
Yes. A hard shell taco.
Yes.
But not folded.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And they're delicious. I've been making Mexican pizza.
But it's square. It's also square.
Yeah.
Because it looks like a Cheez-It.
Yeah.
Here's my question. Can I just get the big Cheez-It?
I think you probably could. I mean,
I'll get the food. That's fine. I just want to pick up a large, like the size of this iPad, right? I just want that to be a Cheez-It.
I say you
just
could.
Crunch into it. I want to have to eat this Cheez-It as if it's a pita. Like just
pita bread?
Yes. Like just 2 hands eating this Cheez-It, you know? Yeah. Like a little Tony's pizza.
A little Tony's.
Yeah. But it's a Cheez-It, right? Mm-hmm. I don't think I can come up with any other things other than I just really like Cheez-Its. I'd really like to eat this large Cheez-It.
I mean, surely to goodness, there's been people just bought the Dorito nacho cheese shells by themselves.
Hold the beef, hold the meat, hold the lettuce.
Yeah.
So you just want the shell?
Yeah. Why don't you just go buy a bag of Doritos? No.
Actually, that's a good idea, too.
I mean, that's a good idea, but I want a big old honking Dorito.
Nah, I disagree with that, though, because it's not flat. I wouldn't want to eat a Dorito shell.
Like, here's my way of thinking.
Okay. Tell me your way of thinking, Maggie.
My mom, when I was younger, we would go to Taco Bell because Dad was never a big fan of it. And she would always get a taco salad. Okay?
Okay.
So I could see some people...
big bowl.
Yeah. I could see some people getting the taco salad and say, hey, could you throw in a couple of the Doritos shells? Crunch it up, put it in your salad.
I mean, but at that point, you should just eat Doritos with it.
Shut up, Matt. No, you don't understand.
No, I do understand. What I'm saying is, I know I could get a box of Cheez-Its and get a mouthful of Cheez-It, okay? The circumference of this large Cheez-It. I understand that I could partake in the same square inches of Cheez-It, okay? I understand that. What you are misunderstanding.
Are you okay?
What you're misunderstanding. Oh, here she goes. She's wanting down. She might have got hot.
You want down? You're freaking me out. Sorry.
What I would want, right, is one whole Cheez-It.
Yeah.
All right. The shell, you're breaking the shell apart. Right.
That's just where my brain's going,
that's
man.
What I'm saying is, like, I want the Cheez-It as one large piece that I can, that I can just sink my teeth into, To get it.
I can't. Do you ever Did you ever know about the giant goldfish crackers?
No. Are they bigger than the big Cheez-it?
No.
Not the Taco Bell Cheez-it.
No.
The big Cheez-it.
Yeah, they're bigger than that.
That's stupid.
And they put peanut butter on them.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. Okay, delicious. Everybody? Here we go.
I tried them.
Cancel me if you want to.
Oh, no. What are you going to say?
All right, here it is.
What are you going to say?
Goldfish crackers?
No.
Overrated. Cheez-Its, way better. Way better. It's not even a question.
Hey.
What?
I agree with you.
I think I'd rather eat whales than the goldfish crackers.
There are times I did choose the whales over goldfish.
Goldfish crackers, you know what? They're too mainstream, okay? Too mainstream. You got to take it down a notch, right?
Flavor blasted pizza goldfish are the bomb.
Yeah, but the flavor blasted, all it is just what the regular Cheez-Its or regular fish used to taste like. And they've just taken out the flavor from the regular ones so that you have to get the more. It's like Oreos, where the double stuff is actually the original stuff, and they just give you less stuff in the original now. So you're paying more for what you used to get. And that's called inflation.
God, what a segment.
Speaking of more stuff.
Wow.
That works. Hocus Pocus 2 dropped a trailer this week. We had talked about doing a reacts to it, and we did not.
And guess what? I got to watch it before him, and
That's
he
right.
guessed like 5 things that happened out of the trailer.
Yeah. So we were gonna. I had Maggie. Well, I didn't have Maggie. I asked Maggie if she wanted to watch it, and see if it would be worth me doing like a blind reaction to it. Like it'd still be both of us, but because there's only a minute, and most of the time when they're that short, there's not enough to
catch much.
And so she did, and I've waited to watch the trailer, and now here we are filming this podcast, and I've still yet to watch it. So I've only taken it in as a description from Maggie. I think I get it.
His face when I describe is.
I think I got it. Honestly, like not a whole lot to say about the trailer. Right? I mean, did you have anything you wanted to say about the trailer itself?
I mean, it's the same town. It's Salem, which I mean is exciting and stuff. But like,
they're not putting the bros in it anymore.
No,
the bullies. Yeah.
Who wants them?
Hey, man.
They'll be old.
What's the point? What's the point of making this if we're not bringing everyone back? What's even the point? The guy that did the voice of Max, he's not even coming back to do the cat. Well, Tobias, what was the cat's name?
No. Excuse me, he passed on to the other side.
I thought the cat was still in the trailer.
There is a black cat, but he does not speak.
Oh my god, this movie's getting worse by the second.
And it's teenage girls, and it's like, one other girl outside the group says happy birthday to her, and like, I don't know how they feel about this girl. You know,
I bet it's the witch's daughter.
The witch's daughter.
Yeah, I bet she's related to the Sandersons somehow.
I don't know. And like 2 of the girls go out in the woods and they start. They're like, we do this every year on your birthday. Let's say this chant together. And this time it actually works. Black flame candle lights by itself, and 3 cracks in the ground light up red. And leads, and you start hearing the witches start talking in the background and stuff. You hear Sarah Jessica Parker.
Come back.
Something to that extent. Yeah. I don't know.
Now, here's the thing. I
don't know how I feel about it.
I don't want to come across like I'm just taking a giant poop on it.
Dump.
Right? But, so please know, I love the original Hocus Pocus. Yeah, I bought it on DVD. Bought it on Blu-ray. I did not buy it digitally because we have Disney Plus, so there's no purpose. I actually had it recorded off the Disney Channel on my VHS tapes back in the day. So I mean, I really liked it. It was one of those movies that I think I wasn't allowed to watch right away because there's like witches and stuff in it. And I was Ned Flanders' kid, right? And so when I finally did get to watch it, like I think maybe we did get to watch it because I think I remember renting it. But yeah, like when I finally watched it, loved it. I mean, it was within a year of it coming out, I'm sure. Now, remind me, Hocus Pocus was not one of their like main releases, right? Like Hocus Pocus was like on the equivalent of like Max Keeble's Big Move or something, right?
Yeah,
like it wasn't Avengers, right?
Like it was in theaters, but it wasn't like home video,
right?
like Disney home video.
It was almost like a goofy movie where like it was made by the B team, but like it still went to theaters anyway.
Yeah,
even though it was made by the people that made the direct to video movies,
yeah.
like Return of Jafar and all that.
Yeah,
so it's kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like the fact that we're getting this is it's almost like I don't know, there's a lot of thoughts I'm trying to convey into one sentence here. But it's kind of like it was so good because it was so under the radar, right? And like people were discovering it and fell in love with it. It wasn't like really pushed that much, right? And so now it's like I guess what I'm kind of describing is a cult classic.
Yes.
I guess.
Yeah, it has. I mean, I can't believe at my school at Halloween.
Yeah.
How many little girls dress up as the Sanderson sisters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So isn't
It's
it kind of
crazy.
weird that we're getting a sequel to it?
Yeah. Which, I mean, I know people have been begging for it for years, even before Disney Plus, I think. But it just seems like it's actually happening.
It'd be like if we got a sequel to Beetlejuice.
Which, I mean, they've talked about that for years.
Yeah. But like nobody wants to see that, right? I mean,
I don't know. Because Michael Keaton's old.
Low key on it.
But I'd love to see. I'll be honest. After watching Stranger Things, I want Winona Ryder and more stuff.
She should be in a Marvel movie.
I really do. I don't care what movie it is. I want her in it.
I always said Hopper should be in a Marvel movie.
Hopper should.
He is. He's in Black Widow. That's why. Oh
yeah, God, man.
That movie. That's how forgettable that is. Yeah. No. We're gonna watch it, of course.
Yeah.
Obviously, and I'm excited to watch it. I guess I'm going in with tempered expectations that this is not going to be amazing.
I don't think it's going to
match the original.
No, it can't. Because
I think it'll be better. Sorry, you finish your thought, and then I've got a way to describe it.
I'm looking at it as a kid, whenever I was a kid in the 90s, you know. And then kids now are watching it and seeing that, oh, they didn't have cell phones and stuff.
Yeah.
They had to do stuff, you know, different means, different ways, you know.
Yeah.
And also think about Viv.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it's not going to be her Hocus Pocus. It's going to be something else.
You talking about the second one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. There ain't no way.
Because, like, how Encanto is like The Little Mermaid for me when I was her age.
Yeah.
I watched The Little Mermaid over and over and over again. She can watch Encanto over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. If they come out with if somebody comes out with a kid's Halloween movie that holds any...
Hubie Halloween. Now, I feel like this movie... Sorry, I feel like I cut you off.
No, you're fine. I just don't feel like it's going to hold a candle to to Hocus Pocus.
Yeah. I feel like this will be a step above Home Sweet Home Alone.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be that bad.
I pray it is.
And I don't think it'll be as bad as like those like we were talking about with the Sandlot, like the direct to video sequels that they did for like just every movie ever made that were really just like Jingle All the Way 2. Right?
Why did they make Lady and the Tramp 2?
Well, I mean, not even Disney ones. I'm talking like the really crappy.
Oh, I know.
Like,
I know what you mean.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Then just next year, you know, like just crap.
And all the American Pie, like American Band Camp.
American Pie presents
National Lampoons presents
Buds McKenzie.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I think it'll be a step above those.
Slurms McKenzie.
But I'm not expecting it to be like earth shattering. I think it'll be like, oh, this was fun, and that's it. Like, and we all move on, and it's fun, and it was cool to see them. I don't see this like relaunching the franchise in any meaningful way or anything.
No, and I mean, I think it's a big deal that they got the 3 women to come back: Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy Najimy. I want to say that's her last name. It's pretty good that all 3 of them agreed to come back.
Now, let me ask you: you got 3 choices.
Oh boy!
Would you rather have this type of film?
Okay.
Would you rather have a reboot? Okay.
Reboot. Okay.
Or would you rather have a reunion special like the Friends HBO Max special? Like, if they're gonna cash in on a franchise, that's kind of the 3
this
options
is 3
you
things.
get, right? So
or prequel.
Yeah, well, I would put sequel prequel.
Okay, together. Okay.
Right. Like if it has the original cast.
I'm stuck between either reboot or the reunion special.
Really? So like sequel is like your third choice?
Yeah, this is me.
Yeah.
Shame on me. I feel like it didn't need it.
Maggie, there's more money on the table. What do you mean it don't need it?
I'm not in on the money though.
What do you think this is?
I'm not
Art?
getting the cut of the cheese.
Get out of here.
That's just where
I'd rather have. Man, that's hard.
It is hard.
I don't really want any of it, to be honest. I definitely don't. I think reunion special is my bottom tier. I would rather not even see that than to see it, right? Like the Friends reunion, all that did was make me want to watch a new episode of Friends. And this was not it, right?
Well, they're not going to do it.
I know they're not going to do it, but
they did that too long.
You know, like, I mean, was it cool to see everybody back together? I guess. But I don't really care about that. I care about the story, right? Like, I didn't watch Friends just so I could see Lisa Kudrow and David Schwimmer hanging out, right? Like, that's not why I watched it. So, like, I wouldn't really want to watch a Hocus Pocus reunion special. I probably would not want to watch that. I'm torn between a sequel and a reboot. Because I could see I think I'd be more forgiving of a reboot. Because, like, I can just ignore it if it's bad. But, like, a sequel that, like, has the original actors, it's a little harder to, like, not pretend it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like, Independence Day 2, you know? Like, I can't watch the first one on its own without thinking about how horrible the sequel was. You know? So, like, I don't know. I guess a reboot has less of a chance of hurting anything, but less payoff. And I feel like if a sequel is done right, you know, you get you get Prometheus. We'll find out. You know,
we'll find out.
You could either get Prometheus or you get the Predators.
Oh yeah, Predators.
I forget what that was called.
We'll see.
All right,
that's how I feel.
So we are cautiously optimistic.
Yes. Good God. I am about to take these things off. I'm getting a headache, man.
What if we just hold the stick? Just hold the stick.
You only hold the boom?
Nah, it's fine. Speaking of holding the boom, we got some new dates. This is the last news story we have. There's nothing. And I don't even know if there's much to say on this, but so that means we'll probably talk about it for 45 minutes. New dates. I don't know why, but they were announced. I saw it on Fandango, so I don't even know if they're new or if these have been known for a while. But I believe their dates have changed. Dune 2 will now release on November 17th, 2023. And Godzilla vs. Kong sequel, but not necessarily Godzilla vs. Kong 2, but perhaps just another movie in the monster verse. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Will release on March 15th, 2024. So
that's far away.
Yeah, that's the two.
That's what I think about it, and then 2024 comes along. Oh crap!
That's an election year.
Why?
I'm gonna
I should
throw up.
kick you.
I'm gonna throw up, man. Oh my god. Are you excited for here's
Election? No.
No. No. God, no. That's a joke, Maggie.
Oh my god.
You know what? Here, this is what I need to do. Let me readjust. So, Dune 2, are you excited to maybe watch it in theaters?
Oh god.
I hope by now. I hope by November 17th, 2023 that we can go and not have to think about any safety things.
I hope it stays hype.
Granted, that's 18 months from now. I'm talking about just the C word. All right, some sick
Oh yeah.
coronavirus.
I know what you meant.
Like, I hope that by November 17th, 2023, it's no longer something that has to be thought about much. We'll see, right?
Psych.
I mean, that's 18 months. Surely things will be better in 18 months, right? Maggie, let me ask you this. Will we watch in the inevitability that they re-release Dune to get hype for
Would
Dune
they?
2? And some theater chains will inevitably do a back-to-back screening of Dune and Dune 2. Will you want to do that? And will we want to do that? And can we do that? Because I've already bought the tickets for it.
Why are you laughing like that? You sound like a wheezing person. Oh my god. I'm concerned about your breathing.
I don't have a uvula.
I know, but that has nothing to do with your breathing.
Oh my god. Nah, I mean, I want to see it in theater.
I don't want to watch the first one and the second one back to back.
Why?
Oh.
Think about it. We take Viv to stay the night somewhere, and then me and you, we get a solid 9 hours of just you and me and Dune time. We gotta see what happens with Zendaya and Timmy Che. I gotta know what happens. Is he gonna be king?
No.
Is he gonna sing?
No.
Oh, I just can't wait to be king. Everybody look left. Everybody look right. Everybody look right. You gotta walk around the sand. Don't step too close, 'cause they'll see you again. The worm is gonna eat all of your friends. To be king. In my brain, it goes, to be king.
Little Mermaid. Wow.
Godzilla vs. Kong sequel. What are you thinking about that, Maggie? You excited?
I can't believe they're making another one.
I mean,
that's the way my head's at,
Godzilla vs. Kong. I loved, here, just a quick overview. Loved Godzilla 2014. Loved Kong Skull Island. Loved Godzilla King of the Monsters. Probably my favorite Godzilla movie. Because it gave us Mothra. It was great. And the statue from The Exorcist was in there. It was amazing. And then we got Godzilla vs. Kong. I was really looking forward to it. And it was just a big old nothing. It was not good.
Spoilers. They shouldn't have killed off that one dude. That loved
Scrooge
Godzilla.
McDuck?
It's Japan's national treasure.
Yeah. Ken Watanabe?
They shouldn't have killed him off.
Yeah, he was great, man.
They shouldn't
Well,
have
there's
killed him
that.
off.
There's also how, you could journey to the center of the earth, and it took, a day and a half or something, and then Kong was able to just, ride the wave in, 2.5 minutes or something. I don't know. And then, the Mechagodzilla looked like trash. Ah, God.
Just give us what we want. We want Godzilla's son to have a movie.
Godzuki?
Yeah, Godzuki.
Oh my god.
Just make a Godzuki movie. I mean, kids with
I'll be honest. This is what I want. Ready? Close your eyes.
Okay.
Mothra.
Don't scream.
That's it. That was it.
Was it?
Yeah, Mothra.
I want a Mothra movie.
Right?
I want the twins singing.
Here's what I want, okay? No more movies.
Just a TV show?
I want 6-hour Obi-Wan Kenobi style movies or shows about each monster, right?
Okay.
Give me a 6-hour series about Mothra. Let me know what those twins are up to. Okay? Let's see what Rodan's all about, right? King Ghidorah. Maybe go to his planet. I don't know. Maybe Kamen Rider shows up. Who knows?
Maybe Super Sentai shows up.
Can you imagine how much I would lose my freaking brain if the Megazord showed up to fight Godzilla? I would die. I'm pretty sure I would die. I'm pretty sure my heart would just stop.
He would die.
It'd be great.
If you hear a lady in a movie theater or anything screaming out, like, don't die on me because you saw the Megazord.
Oh, I thought she was going to say it was me.
Yeah, that's me.
I was screaming.
Oh, no. It'll be me. I'll be like, don't you dare die on me because the Megazord showed up.
We heard the screams of what sounded like a 7-year-old girl. Is everything okay? Yeah, my husband's just really excited about the swords being here.
Scream of bloody murder? Is everything okay?
Oh my god. When are we going to get a good Power Rangers, man? You know what I'm saying? I thought Pacific Rim was going to do it, and then
No.
it did not. All right. That's it. Did you have anything you want to say about Dune 2 or Godzilla before we move on?
I'm sorry I'm yawning so much, y'all.
Well, Maggie,
It probably doesn't help that I have a hoodie on either.
You've been yawning so much, but you could have missed these yawns if you had headed over to patreon.com/hopefullyawesome with the extended pre and post show, as well as getting it ad free. So, could have done that, but you didn't, or maybe you did. And if you did, thanks. But now we're going to get into our main topic. Stranger Things Volume 4 has arrived. Maggie, how do you want to kick this off? Should we start the music? I got the perfect. Here you go. Are you still doing the music?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Softly. There we go.
All right, so we're just going to put this on repeat while we talk.
I can't do it. I don't like it.
Okay. That was awful. All right. Hey, so we're talking spoilers, right?
Yeah. Do we need to give spoiler free?
Spoiler free. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah. It was awesome.
Would you say it's your favorite Stranger Thing volume? Volume 3 is pretty solid.
Yeah.
But Volume 4 has been pretty solid too.
It's been pretty solid. I enjoyed the first season too.
Staying top level, I will say this was well crafted. Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed every bit of it. I have one complaint and one comment. Okay. The complaint will have to be in spoilers.
Yes.
The comment is that I feel that this is the first time and this is spoiler free, the first time that at the ending I felt as if the story was not wrapped up for this season.
Yeah, because they always wrap it up.
Yes.
They still leave like a
There's
thread.
an ongoing story.
There's still a thread dangling.
But this one feels like a to be continued. Mm-hmm. And like, it's not necessarily a complaint. Because, I mean, I like, obviously I love, stories that continue. I'm blanking on what it's called. But ongoing narratives, right? Like, I enjoy that. That's why I watch stuff like this. But not knowing when 5 comes out, it leaves me very like, well, this sucks. Like, it's great. I love where everything goes.
Yeah.
excited for it. So, you know, I guess that's not really a complaint, right? That I'm excited because they did so good. But it's more like it's been nice in the past seasons to be able to just watch it, kind of close the book on that one, move into the next book.
Yes.
And go on. And this is the first time that I feel like they did not do that.
Okay.
For better or for worse. But yes, I would say overall, highly enjoyable.
I have one complaint, no being spoilers, and I think you already know what it is.
Okay. Is it the same as my complaint?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we're going into spoilers. So
if you haven't watched it yet and you don't want to know anything, just turn us off.
Well, you can skip ahead to the next section where we're going to rank Stranger Things against the rest of our summer movies and TV shows list. Oops. Let me undo that. There we go. So you can see that in the timestamps below. But for now, we're going to get into the spoilers. This is the spoiler section. I can't believe they were dead the whole time. I say that every time.
I can't believe it was all a dream. I can't believe it was all a dream.
It was all a dream. Okay, so do you want to do your complaint first? Or do you want me to do mine first?
I'll say mine first.
Okay, go for it.
How dare they kill off Eddie?
It is. I have a similar complaint. It is about Eddie. I'm not mad that they killed Eddie off. Okay, I'm not mad.
I'm mad because I loved him. Like, he was a fun character.
All right.
That's just me.
That's
my complaint. How dare they?
I'm going to say this at the top. I would rather us talk about all the things we love first, but since we're here, I'm going to go ahead.
You told me to start off. I'm just going to get it out.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I don't want this to be the only thing that we talk about.
I know.
Because it had a lot of good stuff. I feel like Eddie is the biggest cop out in the history of Stranger Things. Like, he's great. I love Eddie. At the way that they set up his character this season, and like that we feel his loss, you know, like that's a big undertaking in a story full of standout characters to be able to create and in one season is a big undertaking, and they did it, and it felt right. Like it felt like it meant something, right? Mm-hmm. The only caveat to that is it feels like they created Eddie so that they didn't have to kill off one of their actual characters.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And that's frustrating. Like, I don't know. They did great. You know, Duffer Brothers are great. And this was a great show. Great. All that stuff. But it really feels like, hey, we need to kill somebody off. But we don't want to kill off any of our characters that we've grown to love. So let's just create someone.
Yeah.
And make people love them and then kill them off.
Yeah.
It just kind of felt like Nikki and Paulo. That's a Lost reference.
Oh, yeah.
Or even Michelle Rodriguez in Lost, where it's like, we're going to spend all this time on this character.
Yeah.
Because we can't kill off Kate and Jack. You know.
Yeah.
I guess that's a spoiler for Lost. I guess. Season 2, you're not missing much. Like, with me spoiling Michelle Rodriguez dying, like, that's not a huge spoiler. But, you know, like, it just, I don't know. I feel like it just seems like a waste. Like, they built this character.
They built up the Hellfire Club, you know, at the beginning, whenever everything was like normal.
Yes. And I do think that will inevitably pay off in the next season. I feel like this season and next season are more intertwined.
And like you see Eddie and you're like, oh man, this dude's crazy. He's a metalhead.
He's the new Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is awesome.
Yeah.
And
it's like they made him because they didn't want to kill off Steve.
Yeah.
And like that sucks. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that there's going to be more story with Steve. Don't get me wrong, I love Steve. Steve is probably my favorite character in the entire series.
We love Steve.
I love that they are obviously, by the time the show ends, they're kind of pushing him and Nancy
again,
possibly being a thing in the next season because her and Jonathan have like that moment where it's
and also I realized, I was like, oh yeah, he hasn't told her that he's given up on college.
Yeah.
So basically he is lying to her. Yeah. So right there, that relationship's dead.
Yeah. And so it just seems like they didn't want to pay all of that off this season.
Yeah.
But they didn't want a season to go by without killing off someone.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess you could say the same about Bob in season 2.
Yeah, but like
that was so early on that you had introduced more characters.
Yeah, and like it was Sean Astin, and I'm like, oh my god, I love Sean Astin, you know. But like we meet Eddie, and like we've never seen this dude.
Yeah. As
far as I know, in anything.
Yeah, I don't think he's been in any of it.
And like I remember telling you, I was like, he reminds me of like John Cusack.
Oh yeah.
Like it just very like just how his eyes and stuff look.
Yeah.
And
he's a big, lovable oaf.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he puts on a front.
Yeah.
Being a tough guy, but he's actually a really nice guy.
Yeah. And I don't know. He went out great. Like by the time he went back, or I guess stayed, and then ran away from the bats.
Yeah.
Or like called the bats to him so that Dusty could get away. Like I knew they were going to kill him off. Because obviously his arc had been filled, right? Like he went from being a coward to being a hero. And that's his whole story, right? And like that's a good story, and the way that they did it was fine. Again, it's just a personal complaint. It just feels like ultimately they only brought him in just to kill him off, and at that point, like what's the point? You know, is Dusty forever changed? Like is his dad gonna play a part, or was it his dad or uncle? Yeah. Like, is that going to be anything, or does none of that matter?
I say, because his uncle understood Eddie. Like, he knew how Eddie acted and stuff. And he knew that he didn't really kill Chrissy, I believe.
Yeah.
And I think Dustin was being brave by telling his uncle the truth. Because I was like, is he going to tell him, or is he just going to let this lie?
Yeah.
And this poor man going to be tortured by this for the rest of his life. And Dustin was really brave by telling his uncle, hey, Eddie was really brave.
Yeah.
He protected me. And I think that speaks a lot about Dustin's character. And I could see that his bravery carrying on with him in the next season. And him maybe stepping up a little bit more. Like he's always been like the nerdy kid, like, hey, Dustin, you've got the answer to this. What can we hook up to this radio or whatever?
Yeah, and kind of using humor as a defense mechanism and stuff. Yeah,
I could see him maybe stepping up and trying to be more of a leader.
Yeah.
In whatever group that they put him in next.
And I guess in that way, you know, depending on how we see it play out next season, you know, there could be ramifications from Eddie being killed off that do play into the overall story.
Yeah.
Right. I don't really expect that too much. I mean, we'll see. I'm not mad. It's just, it felt like they were.
And all I can say is that that piece of crap that was beating up Lucas towards the end. God. And the earthquake came through that house.
Like it melted his torso.
Did not feel bad for him at all. No. He deserved it.
And I was thinking about this before we started recording, that I almost felt like, you know, did that have any purpose? Like any of that stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Like the evil dies tonight stuff. Right? Yeah. Which I know obviously that wasn't what they said that was Halloween. No. But I do think the difference there is I really can see how that could play off in the next season, especially with the hell's holes opened up, you know.
Well, and also how the news at the end said this is all tribute to a cult, but called the Hellfire Club, and I was like, did anybody not pay attention to the school yearbook or anything?
And like, not to get too like deep into any of this stuff, but I do think that was the right choice, because you know, Dungeons and Dragons has always been colored with that.
Yeah.
You know, especially even us growing up.
Yeah.
You know?
Even when it got popular in the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like people thought it was legit, like they're summoning demons and crap.
Well, even when I was a kid in the late 90s, right? Yeah. Like the late 90s, they were saying the same crap about Pokemon. You know?
Yeah.
And like, you know, I'm glad that I think that them putting this stuff in this season will end up playing a part next season, because they're going to see, you know, the upside down, and there's going to be like these like religious overtones from like normal society that are going to play a part into this. And we'll see where it ultimately goes. Like, will there be a minister introduced in some way, you know, like an evil, not evil, but like a
crazy lunatic.
Yeah, you know, that's like, you know, and maybe they, you know, offer sacrifices to Vecna, like thinking that like Vecna's, it's God or something. I mean, you know, like who knows where the hell they're going to go with this. Is this all just a secret prequel to Buffy? And these are Hellmouths, you know? Is that? It's not, just so we're clear. But yeah, so I think that whole thing, even though by the end of it ultimately felt like it didn't really do much, because, you know, we were building up like, oh, they're looking for them, and oh, they're going to find them, and then they found them, and then nothing really happened. And so you could just leave it at that and think, oh, well, is this another Eddie where like they just kind of needed tension, and so they just kind of put it in there to cause tension. But I really think that that'll play out next season. In some way. I think that they're building up to the religious aspect of this whole thing being
agree.
part of it, which is cool. Like I'm always down for stuff like that, especially, you know, after Midnight Mass. You know, like if they can put just a hinge of that. Well, let's think about it. Hang on, like this might be fun. Like, let's think about this, because how many times did we call out the different movies from the 80s that they were doing, right?
Oh yeah, because Vecna's like Freddy Krueger.
Yes.
And something with Halloween. Oh, The Mask.
Yeah, The Mask from Halloween.
Because Max dressed up as Michael
and
Myers.
like the way the credits happen, it's a lot like how the jack-o'-lantern kind of slow zooms. And then the flamethrower was definitely a Thing reference. Yeah,
and also I'm thinking of that mist stuff, that the particles that they saw.
Oh, yeah. And then I could see, like, you know, saying Poltergeist, how that was kind of being played in the house. Yeah. You could kind of say The Omen a little bit for like little boy Vecna. And, you know, obviously in the other seasons, they've done references to just standard 80s movies, not even, you know, horror movies, but like, what's his name? Like John Hughes films, right? Yeah. Especially with like the mall stuff and the dance. You know, different things like that.
Good God. If they've done all those callbacks, where are they going to call back to in the next season?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, what if like this season, since we're kind of moving, you know, we moved even more so into horror this season, whereas like it's been horror, you know, but it's been like aliens, sci-fi versus Freddy Krueger,
sci-fi thriller,
and like now it's like just horror,
and I mean, so, we just watched a dude melt,
so like could this be, you know, if they're going in that, could it be like, you know, some more religious like horror stuff, you know, could we see like an Exorcist type thing, or like a The Omen, or, you know, Rosemary's Baby, like, you know, it's not like that.
I mean, the Exorcist.
I could totally
stuff
see
where the people like lifted up in the air. I could see that.
I could totally see there being like some minister of some kind come to. Jesus,
sorry, guys.
Come to Hawkins, and they think they not necessarily have to perform an exorcism, but they do something with 11, thinking that she's like the cause or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what you do.
Well, the military has their hand.
Yeah, but I mean, like from a religious aspect, like I could see that being a part of what they do. Yeah. Who knows, man? Who knows what they do? I'm excited for it. I hope we get to find out when season 5 comes out. I know Maggie and I've talked about possibly doing like a rewatch podcast for it.
I wouldn't mind it.
It'd be fun to go episode by episode weekly, because we've just marathoned them every time. And so to really see like what does this specific episode have to say.
I've seen a lot of people just rewatch just this past season a lot more. Billy. Yeah.
Or I thought you meant the episode specifically.
No. I mean, it's already been announced like it's the most watched English language TV show
It's so
on
good.
Netflix. Well, ever, I think. Isn't it ever?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm so torn between season 3 and season 4 because I really liked season 3. Honestly, if season 4 had ended, like, and had like an actual
ending,
done,
yeah,
I think I would say season 4. I think the fact that it's not totally done,
yeah,
and that's not fair to blame it for that because it's got another season. But like even season 3 felt like you could end at season 3. Mm-hmm. Like the show could literally end there. And it would be just a sour ending for the show, but it could end, right?
It could, yeah.
But this one, like if in another universe, right, where they didn't get picked up to do a season 5, that would be a nightmare because the way this ends, it's like ... We'll see what happens. Like, no, I gotta know what happens.
May I address this elephant in the room? Did 11 bring Max back to life?
So
I don't know how to think, how I feel about that.
So like I remember we were watching it and we were it was what 11:30 at night.
Yeah.
And we were finishing the second part of the final the final episode. And it gets to the part where Max is dying. And I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe they're actually going to do this." Like because, you know, at this point, like, oh, they killed off Eddie because they didn't want to kill off any major characters. But then they actually killed off Max, and I was like, okay, well, I didn't expect that. So that kind of, I'm not too upset about Eddie now. But then 11 says no, and I had to pause it because I had to run to the restroom real quick. And I remember us talking about it. I was like, I'm scared. I'm scared of what's about to happen because it's one thing when characters have superpowers and are ready to like do like, you know, mind fights and stuff. You are entering a whole new level when you start bringing people back from the dead. Okay. Like that's a whole new storytelling level. And I didn't know if it was going to be like just she's Neo from the Matrix Reloaded and like, you know, brings her back to life, or if it was going to be like a time travel thing where she like reverses time and like, you know, brings Max back that way. I didn't know. And I even, you know, because it was paused, we talked about it for a second before we moved into the rest of the episode about how like that's when the Matrix Reloaded really kind of, I guess the best phrase would be jump the shark. But like when he saves Trinity, granted, Reloaded was not great throughout, but when he saves Trinity, it really changed things, you know, for the worse. I feel like, because once you do that, death doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, why can't you save Eddie? And why can't you save Bob and
Billy?
Know? Yeah, you know, like it gets Billy, yeah. Like it gets very complicated. And how do you keep the stakes high when you have a character that can just bring people back from the dead? You know, that's the major problem with Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I just remember her reactions where we saw 11:10 go over to her chest. We're like, oh no, oh no.
But I mean, the way that they did it, they didn't even show us. They just kind of skipped over it. Kind of felt like Moon Knight a little bit there, but it's fine. And then I guess the way with the end where she like mind melds or whatever you want to call it, and like she can't find Max there. I think obviously Max is still in the show. That there's going to be something. Like, the actress is still there. Okay, now, I don't know if she's going to be Max. I don't know if she'll be like a anti-11, you know. I don't know if Vecna's going to take her body. Maybe that's the Exorcist we have to see. And I don't know if... or if she just comes back, you know, if it's like... this is maybe a spoiler for Cobra Kai, season 3. But, like, what was the main kid's name? Is it Miguel?
Yeah, Miguel.
You know, like season 2 ends and he's paralyzed, right? And then season 3 begins like, well, I mean, he can still do karate and stuff. It's like, well, okay. So, you know, I could kind of see them just doing that, right? Like at the end of the first hour of 5, like Max just is back.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, oh, I'm alive. And then, you know, another episode, she's getting back on her feet. And then by episode 3, she's just Max. And it's like, Okay, so that was ultimately nothing. So I don't know. I think there's definitely gonna be something there. It was nice to see Hopper. Nice to see him finally come back. Part of me wishes he'd just stayed dead. I love Hopper. I'm so glad he's still here. But I feel like that season 3 ending was just so strong, and him being back kind of,
and how they explained it.
Yeah, and like if they bring him back just to kill him off in the next season, that feels wasted. You know, like again, it feels like. Here's what I'm afraid of. Okay, everybody. All right, everybody. Here's what I'm afraid of. I'm just gonna come out and say it. And then I'm going to turn it over to you, Maggie, to say anything else you want to say. Because I think this is the last thing I have to say on it.
Okay.
I am afraid that what we're getting into is a How I Met Your Mother situation.
Oh, boo.
Okay. Where it feels like they had, when they originally thought of the show, they had their through line and how they wanted it to end, right? Mm-hmm. And then over the course of the series, they realized, oh wait, these people work really well together. Joyce and Hopper work really good together. Eleven and Hopper being, father and daughter. That's really strong. That's really cool. We're gonna have all of these things, right? I think Steve becoming a fan favorite manipulated where his character arc was, right? Like you look at season 1. And it does not appear that he's going to be on this journey that he's been on for the past 3 seasons, right? But because of how people reacted to that character, maybe even how they reacted to that actor, on like on the set of the show, and that's great. I think you should always be willing to change the plan based on what's working and what's not working, right? However, as we know with How I Met Your Mother, they did all of that, and then they still stuck with the original plan in the end. And it sucked, right? They're like, oh, we're gonna do all of this stuff, and it's gonna be great when all these characters are gonna go somewhere else. But I mean, we still gotta stick to the original ending, even though that ending worked for someone who watched it through season 2.
Yeah.
But did not work for someone who had watched seasons 3 through 9.
No,
right?
No, it didn't. It didn't. If it had ended, season 5 or something?
Yeah.
Maybe
it could have even worked.
Could have worked, but it went on for so long.
Yeah, the show changed.
It changed.
And they were not willing to change with it for the ending.
Yeah.
They changed with it throughout the show. Like, Barney and Robin being together is perfect.
Yes.
Like, that makes so much sense.
Yes.
But they were not willing to stick with that for the ending.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm afraid of with Stranger Things, is that we are getting these moments, right, where things, they've kind of maybe zigged and zagged a little bit. Maybe the original plan wasn't for Max to even be alive or Max to even exist. That may have been something they added in, right? But I'm just afraid that like bringing Hopper back to kill him off in the season 5, because that was the original plan. Like, it just worries me. It's like the Death Star in Star Wars. It's like, we'll just do it again. Like we wanted that to be the big finale, but we'll go ahead and just do that here. And then 2 movies later, we'll just destroy the Death Star again. It's fine. It still works. We'll just do it again. We'll just kill off Hopper again. So I don't know. I was very happy my Spider Boy was there. A big old Spider Boy. That he finally showed up. The Mind Flayer.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, you're fine.
Spider Boy in my brain is Carboni, and
well, yeah.
the guy's that kind of funny. So yes, he wants the giant. Great. He wants the Mind Flayer.
I need him in the actual world.
Yes.
As great as it was seeing him with Vecna and them just like strolling around, that was great. I need him in the actual world. I want to see that boy
coming out of the cracks,
doing his stuff. Yes. Oh my god, it'd be so great. Maybe the Megazord shows up. So like, I have another question. So like, why does it look like Hawkins on the day that 11 like broke out?
Yeah.
But like, he was there, Vecna was there, Henry was there.
Yeah.
And like, it didn't look like that. Like, my thought before these 2 episodes was like, okay, 7 ripped a hole into the
11.
Upside Down. Sorry, God, I keep saying that. 11 ripped a hole into the Upside Down, and because she did that, it like almost took like a screenshot, with a poor phrase here, of like the world.
Yeah.
And was like, made an alternate version of it, right? Like she almost created a new dimension out of what had already existed, which was the Upside Down. And so it just kind of like freeze framed the world as it was in that moment. And then whatever diverged from that moment is whatever happened in the Upside Down, right?
Yeah.
That's what I assumed. And then, of course, now we see Vecna's strolling around with demigorgons, like hanging out on, mountains and stuff, and like here's this big old ghost spider, and I'm like, I don't. So like, when does it become Hawkins, and why does it become Hawkins, and why does it become Hawkins like later than when Henry was there? Like, if Henry like recreates this world,
yeah,
why would it look like the time that was after the time that he entered it? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
if it's just from Henry's brain,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's confusing. I guess I don't really need it nailed down, but God, it's just so confusing. It's so confusing. Maggie, anything else you want to say?
All I can say is that we need to protect baby Will at all costs. We
How have we not talked about Will?
We need to protect Will.
Oh my God, man.
Sweet, sweet baby. We need to protect him.
I love Will in this show.
Yeah.
He's gone from...
Well, he went from missing boy to being controlled by the Upside Down.
It almost felt like in season 1, obviously he was just missing. That was his whole character. Yeah. And then season 2 felt like they didn't know what to do. So like, oh, well, he's infected or something.
He's connected to the Upside Down.
And then I honestly don't remember what he did in season 3. He was just kind of there.
Yeah.
From what I remember. Granted, there's probably a big thing that I'm completely forgetting. That's why we need to rewatch it.
Season 2, he was like controlled, but he was just trying to...
Yeah, because he was like sneezing slugs.
Yeah, and also he was trying to fit in with his friends again.
And
but
pretending
also,
like he didn't feel what he felt.
Yeah. And...
do you think Will's like do you think Vecna's like an allegory for Will?
Maybe.
Like... Vecna could be what Will becomes if it wasn't for his friends. Like if Henry had friends, he could have had the life that Will has.
And it makes sense that 11 said what she said to him before he was because she was trying to stop him killing Max.
Yeah.
But she was trying to be honest. She said, "I'll be your friend.
Yeah.
You just need a friend. Papa was bad. He was a monster.
Papa's not a monster."
And he he got more pissed at the fact that she said all that. So, I mean,
I really love Will though.
Yeah, I do too.
I thought Will was great.
Will did. I mean, that actor, he did a great job.
What a heartbreaking scene.
Schnapp.
Heartbreaking scene in the van.
Oh, I know. And
like,
also,
Jesus, man.
And the deep freezer, man. Him and Jonathan.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, that was great. But I know. That scene in the van, I was bawling my eyes out. Like, just God. And Mike sucks. Even though, like, he wasn't that bad in the last 2 seasons. I don't want it. Like,
I mean, I'm not the only person that's thought that.
They made him better in the last 2 episodes than he was in the rest of the series.
They did.
I think because we were so disconnected from the rest of the season, I felt better about Mike in these last 2 episodes than I did about the rest of it. But like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, all I can say is protect baby Will and protect Argyle for God's sakes. My dude.
What's up, my dudes?
Sorry, dude. No more pies tonight, man. We close in 5.
I'm meeting Travis down at the Taco Bell, dude. Would you rather had Argyle or Eddie?
I don't know. I like them both.
I mean,
Argyle's such
Eddie's great though, man.
Yeah.
Eddie. I remember when he starts playing that guitar in the Upside Down, and starts playing Master of Puppets. I was cheering and just saying, "This is the freaking raddest show."
Yes. It was. It's so great.
So great, man. God, can you imagine that on like an IMAX screen? Just how fantastic. If they don't release the series finale in theaters, I'm gonna be just frustrated.
Netflix won't let it happen.
They can. Why not? They totally can. Make it into an event, you know.
They're already offering, the ad plan.
Yeah, but the thing about it, you can get movie tickets, cut of the concessions. Pull a Disney, get 90% of the concessions off. You know?
They won't do it.
I would go watch it. God.
I would, but I know Netflix
Would you watch the entire season?
In theater?
Yeah.
Like season 4?
5.
Season 5?
Like final season, 8 episodes, possibly 10 hours.
Oh, no. God. I don't think I could handle...
Have you never done a movie marathon in theaters?
The only one I've ever done, like in a theater, like I've been to a drive-through, big look.
Yeah.
The only one I've done was Grindhouse.
Oh, Maggie. I did Harry Potter.
Oh, no, you did that?
Yeah, it was nuts. And I thought I was going crazy.
See, that's why I can't do it, because I know I will either come out feeling insane or I'll come out feeling depressed because I hadn't seen the sun all day. I mean, I think that's how I would feel.
Well, now, you have done one, because we went and watched Yuri on Ice.
Yeah.
Not as long.
No.
But I mean, like, just the sequential storytelling.
Yes.
No, Harry Potter was insane. It was really cool. What was really cool about it is that obviously we'd seen it already, and like you could just leave, and go get something to eat and come back, and like
with Harry Potter, I'd be like, hey guys, I'm gonna sit out there in the first movie. I'm gonna sit outside.
I think we showed up like halfway through the first one.
Yeah,
like I was like, I don't even.
That's what I do, because like. Yeah, I know. Everybody, there's people that look back fondly on the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm sorry. I want when things get serious and crazy.
I also did a different movie also. And you're gonna.
What'd you do? Was this when? Hey, let me ask you a question.
What?
So when you did this movie marathon, was this when all of them were out, or like part 1?
For which one?
For Harry Potter.
Oh, for Harry Potter, it was actually. For 6.
Okay.
So like 7 and 8 weren't even there.
Okay.
So imagine sitting in a theater watching through all first 6.
Yeah.
And it ending where that one does. And that's how you end your evening.
Okay.
So you don't even get the payoff.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I was so mad.
So crazy thing. I went and watched part 2 at midnight with Jerry Anna.
Nice.
I hadn't even seen part 1 yet.
I mean, you didn't miss much.
I asked Mom, I said, Mom, I got to watch this first part before I go. I've been meaning to. Is there any way you're cool with me watching on pay-per-view? I told her, I said I'd pay her back. She said she was fine with it. So yeah, I was like reeling whenever we got there. Like whenever I met up with Jerry and her sister, I was like, I am so ready for this to be done. I'm amped, But okay, so what other movie did you see? It's okay. No judgment.
Marathon. It was a marathon.
Okay.
The first 4 Twilight films.
Well, it was a different time in your life,
Matthew. I won a T-shirt.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about this.
I won the T-shirt.
Yeah.
The question was, the director, and I was glad that I knew this, the director of the third one.
Yeah.
Wait.
Uh-oh.
Hang on.
Realization time.
My brain. Hang on. What is it? Twilight? What is the third? Eclipse? Bless you. Okay. I got confused for a second, and when I tell you why, you're gonna laugh. Okay. That would have been horrifying. So they said the director of Twilight Eclipse also directed another vampire film. What was the name of that film? And boom, hand immediately goes up in the air. It's 30 Days Not. He did that one also.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. And so like no one knew, because they were like, Jacob Edward. Ah!
Yeah.
I like the one that looks like he's in pain the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I knew that for a second in my brain when I was telling that story.
Oh,
the reason I had to stop was I thought the movie they said was Let Me In, which was directed by Matt Reeves. And I was like, there's no freaking
There's
way
no
Matt
way.
Reeves directed Eclipse. I have to make sure that I have this
It
right
would
in
have
my
been
brain.
hilarious if he did.
Oh my god, that's why I had to stop everything, just full stop, man. I could
The
not.
Batman's director directed.
I mean, Edward was in it. Hey, would it have been a better movie? Yeah, but I would not wish that on anyone. But yeah, again, only the first 4. Didn't even. I've yet to see the 5th Twilight film.
God, I dread the day we watch those.
I don't think I want to. I've seen that scary baby too many times, and like I don't think I want to see it.
Okay, it's cool. I'm cool with it. All
right. Anything else you want to say before we
protect Baby Will, protect Argyle, and Joyce and Hopper forever.
I like it. All right, spoilers done. No spoilers. Hey, if you're just joining us, we brought this up during the spoiler part. Maggie and I are kicking around the idea. It would really depend on when they announce the release date for Stranger Things 5. But we're kicking around the idea of doing like a Stranger Things rewatch in the same way that we do the Smallville rewatch. It would take, I think there's only like 30 some episodes, so it would take less than a year of doing it week to week, and just doing one episode per week. So let us know in the comments if you'd like us to do that, because I mean, if people want to see it, probably drive us more to do it, and if you don't, then I mean, we might just do it anyway, because we'll
just do it because we don't care about what you say.
Wow.
I'm joking.
All right, time for
Sarcasm.
the Summer Movies and TVs 2022 ranking. I need to come up with a better name. Not just the Summer 22 ranking.
Summer Entertainment 2022.
The Midsummer ranking.
No.
All right, currently.
I don't have that name.
Currently at number 1. Are you going to do the thing where you try and say it with me?
No, I'm not. I'm looking, so I know.
Okay, it confuses me. It confuses my brain when you try and match me.
I won't.
All right, number 1, Jurassic World Dominion. Number 2, Top Gun Maverick. Number 3, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Number 4, Chip and Dale. Number 5, Doctor Strange 2. Number 6, Fire Island. Number 7, Night of the Coconut. Number 8, Father of the Bride. Where would we like to put Stranger Things? Volume 4, Stranger Things 4, the whole thing.
Okay.
Where's my Mountain Dew? Couldn't find it.
All right. So, I'd rather do it this way than do it.
Just throw out where
Sorry, I'd rather do this.
All right.
Okay. Other people do it this way.
All right.
Do you think it's better than Father of the Bride?
Yes.
He hates me. Do you think it's better than Night of the Coconut?
Yes.
Do you think it's better than Fire Island?
Yes.
Our Island. Do you think it's better than Doctor Strange 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we think it's better than Chip and Dale?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so. Do we think it's better than Obi-Wan?
Yes. I do.
You do?
I do. I think it's better than Obi-Wan. Yeah. To me, easily better.
Okay.
I think where I'm thinking might blow your mind.
Oh, God.
There's only one movie or show this summer, that had someone... I can't say anything because we're not in spoilers anymore. But it's just something really epic and metal.
Oh, okay.
All right? That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Is it better than Top Gun Maverick? No.
You don't think it's better than Top Gun Maverick?
No.
Here's the problem.
It's so good.
I love Stranger Things.
Yeah.
All right? I love Stranger Things. Every time the show comes out, it is an event. It has never let me down. Ever. Like, every time I see it, like, even from the get-go, I was expecting something like Super 8, and the way they went with it was just way more, you know? I would have to be convinced to not put it at number one. That's where my brain is at. Like, I would need you to pull me down. Because as much as I love Top Gun Maverick, and I did, I thought it was great.
It's Tom Cruise.
It is Tom Cruise. Imagine Tom Cruise in Stranger Things. How great that'd be. You know, actually, I don't know if I like it. Ooh, unless he played like a bad minister person.
Did his own stunts with Demogorgons. Jumping out of a World War II plane. We
actually had to rip a hole into the Upside Down to film Tom Cruise's stunts this season. Anyway, I remember.
I know.
So
back to it. Yeah.
So, I mean, my only thing is I do concede that it didn't end as well as the other seasons, that it left a bit more to be continued. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
So as far as like telling a full, complete story, obviously, you know, it doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, the story it tells, I mean, think about where all we went this season. Think about all the things that we saw, the different character archetypes, you know, the different groupings.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about the main characters. I'm talking about all the sub characters too, and like what that meant, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I love Top Gun Maverick. I loved Jurassic World Dominion.
I cannot believe what I'm hearing.
I think it's best.
But you are right. It is an event. It is an event. Anytime it comes on, we always make sure
stop what we're doing.
we speed run through it the best we can.
Yeah.
It holds a special place in our hearts.
It's true. And this is our personal list. This is not to say that...
Yeah, I know. Somebody sees this list and be like, what the hell are y'all thinking?
Why is Chip and Dale up here?
Why is Chip and Dale in the top 5?
I mean, you know, it just depends on what you're looking for. For me, Stranger Things is my shit, man.
Well,
but I'm open to hearing if you think it needs to come down. I'm open to hearing that.
Man,
I think here's the thing. How many characters can you name by their name in Top Gun?
Rooster, Maverick. I don't know.
Don't spoil anything.
I don't know.
Okay. How many characters can you name in Jurassic World Dominion? Right.
Owen. Shoot.
Obviously the big three.
Yes.
And you don't have to say them.
Dr. Malcolm. Ellie.
Grant.
And I can't think of Bryce Dallas Howard's character's name.
How many characters can you name from Stranger Things?
11, Mike. Jonathan, Will,
Dusty,
Lucas,
Steve,
Dusty, Steve, Robin, Nance,
Vecna,
Demogorgons, Hopper, Joyce.
The fact that you know all of those characters' names, right, speaks to the strength of the writing of that, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's where I'm at. Is like I can't none of anything else on this list is
making me sad the more and more I think about Top Gun Maverick that I can't remember most of it. Like I remember the story.
Yeah.
But like in some of the jet plane sequences and stuff. I can't.
I don't want to talk a bunch of crap about Maverick.
No,
okay?
I know.
But
I'm trying to make a point.
I think it's a series of vignettes.
Yeah.
In the movie, like each scene, there's not really there's one plot, right? Yeah. And then all these little independent scenes make up this plot. And like it's good. Each one of them are great, but like there's not a through line from sequence to sequence. I mean, there is, but I think you get what I'm trying to say.
Number 1.
Really? All right.
But wait until next week, guys. See
yeah,
what
it
happens.
might not stay up there.
It may not stay up there for long. Don't get too excited.
That's true. That's true, because Thor may very well dethrone Stranger Things.
Also, when does Miss Marvel wrap up?
The following week. But you gotta say, this last episode did a disservice to the series as a whole.
It did.
And that worries me.
Okay.
That worries me because I love that show. All right, new ranking at number 1, Stranger Things 4. Number 2, Jurassic World Dominion. Number 3, Top Gun Maverick. Number 4, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Number 5, Chippendale. Number 6, not even in the top 5, Doctor Strange 2. Number 7, Fire Island. Number 8, Night of the Coconut. Number 9, Father of the Bride. What's going to be funny is when Doctor Strange 2 is lower on our summer 2020 list than it is on the Marvel list.
Yeah.
And like, obviously these are just our personal opinions, obviously. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for us, everybody. Let's get into the close. All right. So this is the ending of the show. If you are on Patreon, then stick around because we got the big movie quiz. This is number 13. Ooh.
Action.
Maybe we should do a horror section for number 13. Yeah. Hey, over at patreon.com/hopefullyawesome, you can get this show ad-free with the extended pre- and post-show. Pre-show this year. This episode, we drank some Coca-Cola coffee, and boy, let me tell you, did it remind me of a styrofoam cup filled with cigarette butts and Coke. Also, get into our movie club, man. That's just $1. You get our commentaries. This month we did Thor Ragnarok. Is our 4th commentary, so go check that out. If this is your first time watching us, please hit that like and subscribe button. If you're watching us on YouTube, then leave us a comment. You can also listen to us on podcast services, and you can rate us 5 stars and leave a comment as your review. Leave a review for us. And then if you're on one or the other, go ahead and do the other one. Just leave us playing for like an hour. Just go do your taxes or something. Leave us playing. Come back. Do whatever. Right? Like, it's fun. Yeah. Helps us grow. And that's always fun. Maggie, anything you would like to say before we head out of here?
Nope.
All right. Well.
Lucy is officially 11 years old.
Happy birthday, Lucy.
It's for you.
You are a tiny dog. You are 77. And you're still a dog. That was my song. Yeah. So tune in next week. We're going to be doing our review of Thor Love and Thunder. Thanks for watching, everybody. And as always, bye.